streets that are closed down. Shout out to Miami-Dade County for allowing us to film these YouTube videos with the closed streets. All right. What's up, Marcel? Thanks for joining us. 10:15. Wanted to show you guys the Anarchy S1 X4 in this finish as well. This is a polished dark clear. Anarchy calls it polished smoke. The reason that I'm showing you this wheel is because we have a car in-house today that is getting this setup. The only difference is that this is the 5-lug version, and the car that we have today is gonna be a center lock. So let's take a look at what car that is. 991.2 GT3RS in lizard green. It's getting a full onslaught of carbon goodies from 1016. Now by this time, the Lamborghini Urus video should have been dropped already. That also had the 1016 Industries carbon fiber kit. So this has about 10 pieces. I looked over the order before filming and it had 10 pieces. I'm not even gonna try and remember which pieces they were, but basically when we do a walk around on the car, all of the things that are plastic are gonna be turned into carbon. So let's go take a look. All right, so we'll make this quick, not to interrupt Chris and Robert doing the work on the car, but basically they've already started on it. In addition to the 1016 carbon, we're also doing the IPE titanium exhaust. This thing is extremely lightweight. It's also got the link pipes here as well. We're doing the headers with the Sport Cats, and just so you can see how light this is. 2 fingers. So this is obviously going to connect to the muffler portion. The headers aren't out just yet. The headers are stainless steel, but again, that already has the Sport Cats built into it, so you don't have to do a tune on that. It's going to look great. Let's do some close-ups of the carbon that are on the car already, and then some of the 1016 carbon as well. So with the 1016, again, not gonna try to remember all the pieces, but just looking at it here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the fender vents in carbon right here, which is probably my favorite part. This is probably gonna be completely redone in 1016 carbon. This little section as well. More than likely the surrounds on the headlights. I mean, basically, you know, anything that isn't carbon already. The vent that's in the back there as well. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And here, it's pretty cool to see the center locking nut without the wheel on there. The Anarchy's gonna look great. IPE carbon tips. The motor is off already. More than likely carbon here as well. It's gonna be a great look. Yeah, I cracked my case the other day doing some exercise. So I was like either Alcantara, or carbon, carbon. Good thing I got the carbon. It almost matches. Look at that. Holy crap, it almost does match. I'll make this quick because it's 150 degrees out here. We finally got the 991.2 GT3RS completed. It left for a little bit after it got some of the carbon pieces because the Anarchy wheels weren't done just yet. However, it came back today. It got the Anarchy wheels put on, as you can see here. They're absolutely incredible. And I want to talk a little bit more about both the wheels and the carbon, and finally the IPE exhaust. So starting off right from the front, we've got the brand new hood that's full carbon fiber. We've also got the hood inlets here on either side of it that have matching carbon fiber. Working our way to the bottom, you've got the DRL surrounds, which is probably one of my favorite pieces. This is actually a pretty cool angle that goes on here. Then you have the front lip spoiler that goes around the entire front bumper. And you have this little piece as well that a lot of people will forget. Then another one of my favorite pieces, the grill. Is that a grill? It's like a grill on the fender. Let's call it fender vents. That's the proper terminology. We've got the fender vents that obviously pop up a lot like the GT2RS. A lot of people will not realize that on the GT3RS, which this car is, this is a little bit more flat than the GT2RS, but with the 1016 Industries carbon kit, that is changed. You also have it here on the mirror cap, which is another cool thing. And then working our way down the sides, we have the side skirts. Another favorite part is this little side air intake carbon, fully carbon. All of this is gloss carbon. So let's take a shot for every time I say carbon in this video. And then we have the panel that goes right here above the engine bay. Some people will call this the hood, but you know, clearly if you open this up, you can't really see much of the engine these days. It's got the Porsche engraving on here. So the only thing, we're about to finalize everything on the rear bumper. The only thing that so far that we've covered that is factory OEM carbon is the roof and the wing here. 1016 also has end plates. This customer chose not to do it, but he did the uprights, which is very, very beautiful. And we did the rear diffuser area as well. And if you circle back here, you've got the IPE carbon tips for good measure. So, oh, I almost forgot. There's so much carbon on here. These little outlets as well. So a lot of carbon going on this car. Absolutely love it. It looks incredible. This is exactly how the car should come from factory, especially with the Weissach package that is on this car here. And that will guarantee that this portion of it is carbon. If you go back to your 0.1 and your 0.2 GT3RSs and look at all of these pieces that I just named, it is a regular black plastic. I wish that Porsche would offer this from factory. Actually, I don't, because if they did, then you wouldn't come to WheelsBoutique to get this done. But I'm very, very happy with this setup. Moving on to the wheels. These are brand new for 2020 from the Anarchy X series. This is a monoblock wheel, the S1 X4, and it's finished in the polished smoke. This finish is getting a lot of traction. A lot of people are seeing it and they want it because it has a black chrome finish, liquid smoke, various different names that people will call it. When you look at it up close, it is almost an identical match to carbon. So as we know, carbon's not black, it's not gray, it's somewhere in that in-between. So that is exactly what this finish is. You know, from now on, I think I might be calling it polished carbon for just to mess with the Anarchy guys. But it's a lovely, lovely setup. We stuck with the 20-inch front and the 21-inch rear that these cars come with the factory Michelin Sport Cup 2 tires, a very, very sticky tire. So this car is going to perform very, very well. This is a monoblock wheel and it's a lightweight wheel. So if you saw a couple of videos back, we did some lightweight wheels on a Corvette. This one is going to be much more lightweight than the factory wheels as well. So in addition to the carbon goodies shedding weight, in addition to the wheels shedding weight, it looks like $1,000,000. So I actually love this a lot. 1016 offers for various different Porsche models at this moment for the GT3RS, both phase 1 and phase 2 of the GT3RS, and a couple of extra things down the road that I'm hoping for. Maybe the turbos, but I'm interested in seeing what they do for that. So overall, I love this car. I wanna jump in the driver's seat right now and give you guys a couple of sound clips to listen to over and over and over and over and over and over and over. All right, so there you have it, guys, the before and after of the IPE titanium exhaust. This one has the stainless steel headers with the sport cats. Sometimes we do more of the high flow cats, but the customer didn't want to tune this car, so that allows us to avoid that. So you heard it. I couldn't get it past 4K unless I was driving it, but Franco stood next to the street in the heat, so shout out to Franco for bearing the elements. And you guys heard the flybys. Really, really impressive sound. The flat six, I mean, a lot of people will say that it's probably the weak point for these cars with the factory sound. Again, I don't mean to offend anybody, but a lot of the people will say that that's the case. I know that there's still some guys that like the factory sound. They don't want to touch their car at all, but for the mass majority of people and owners like this, they want to do these modifications to it that, in my opinion, only upgrade the car. And again, this is not something that is permanent. We can always go back to it if the customer wants to go back to factory, I should say, so it doesn't hurt the value of the vehicle. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think about the wheels, about the carbon, about the sound of the IPE exhaust, and the car as a whole as well. So see you on the next time.